What's up? Welcome back to Shadle's Table. We are on the hunt for some of the best body workers in the world, and right here we got one, Ryan Hollis. You're coming up on 2 decades of massage. I did look that up.
It's getting close to it, man. It's about 17 years so far.
You have worked with a lot of the sports teams here, but you're super focused on the track and field team, right?
That's right.
So I'm trying to defy age. You look pretty good for your age, by the way.
I appreciate that, yes.
Yeah, so you're embodying what we're trying to do here, right?
Yeah.
So 41, I'm running as fast as I ran in high school and in college.
Okay.
But it's hard.
Yeah,
It's not getting any easier. So you know that you're working with all these track and field athletes, world-class athletes, Olympians. And it seems like from your website, and I got a massage from you like a few years ago, you like have this unique blend that we're going to showcase. Like it's sports work, but it's also, it seems like relaxing and deep. When you feel like you just kind of refined that over the...
Definitely. In my experience, especially dealing with both athletes and the general public, nobody wants like crazy deep and painful work, but everybody wants results. I try to build a combination of the most effective massage to get you to a place where you're no longer in pain, no longer feeling the restrictions, you feel like you can move, and you can feel like you can perform after it. Was there anything in particular that's standing out to you as you want to address, or anything you want to focus on, or anything that's really been bothering you?
I mean, the body feels pretty good. I will say, like, the left, like, I feel like for some reason, like, my left knee isn't extending as well. Like, this feels a little, like, stuck.
All right, well.
Hop on there. You want me to take my necklace off?
You can keep it on, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Starting with my first main concern, my left knee quad.
Yep.
So I guess you're listening.
So one of the questions I had about recovery stuff is they noticed that their recovery time is not what it used to be. I was just wondering, do you feel like it takes you a little bit longer to hit that recovery cycle?
Yeah, I feel like I wish I would have done more mobility stuff like as I got older, because I feel like I let it get to a place where it got too bad, right? And now I'm realizing I haven't been keeping up with it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing like way more mobility than probably anybody.
Okay, no, I get that. So let me ask you this: when you started working on speed work, and you felt your body for the first time, was there anything you thought that stood out that you needed to focus on, that you really kind of dived into?
Over the years, I've just been realizing I just lack a lot of extension, a lot of hip extension.
Okay.
So I feel like, pretty much what you're working on is opening up the quads, the hip flexors, even the IT bands and stuff. Yeah.
So hip flexors always suck, especially if you get in there good and you have a hip flexor that's really hyper developed. When I'm in the TFL like I am now, normally people, especially my collegiates, man, they let this muscle build up and build up and build up. They don't stretch. So first time I apply a little bit of pressure here, it's like, oh my God, what is that? So we go through the explanation and let them know what is it they're feeling. How are we doing so far?
Good. Yeah, I can feel that in the psoas area.
Yeah. So keep your knee towards your chest for me. I'm gonna, give me a little bit of resistance. Fight, but don't win.
Okay.
Here we go. Good. A little less. Perfect.
Fight, but don't win. What do you mean?
I like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's funny because I'll do that. And then, like, the leg doesn't move. It's like, you gotta kind of let it go.
Yeah.
I can't overpower you to do this. It's got to be,
Yeah, it just feels more open here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always feel like when my hip flexors open too, I get more access to the glutes, right?
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, that's can feel like need to work in there more. It's always a constant battle.
All of your stuff is, other than the hamstring, is really low. It's like feet.
Totally. Yeah.
I had one of my throwers. He had been throwing consistently for about 6 years at this particular point in time. But at this point in time, when we had this conversation, he was post-collegiate. And we were just talking about nutrition. And he was like, I didn't really change my nutrition until recently, like 6 years in.
Wow.
I'm thinking, like, you're already one of the biggest dudes that I know.
Yeah.
Right? So you were just eating to eat versus actually eating with a goal.
Yeah.
And the other part was, like, if you had actually had more protein in your system for the last 6 years of training, how much different would you be now? Because over time, you would just get bigger and bigger. And a lot of the injuries that he was sustaining probably would have been different.
Yeah.
So, quick question, because, you know, you pointed out your left quad more so than your right.
This side almost feels worse to me.
I was going to ask that, because I'm running into so many more things.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got good hands.
Cool. All right, give me some resistance. Good. And rotate and resist. Good. That internal rotation.
Stuck.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, I am here for support. I am the person that opens the door for you to do better. But you got to take the steps.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not taking the steps when you're not here, are we really working on anything?
Right.
Okay, so flip over, scoot up. I actually want your feet hanging off the table.
Okay.
I definitely feel how it's like I've been working on my body so much I just become aware of other areas that are opening up, so I can feel like other things opening while you're doing that work down there.
I think one of the things that we tend to forget about, particularly as we step away from sports, is how aware of our bodies we are. So flexibility, mobility, and strength are those pillars of what particularly I preach when people are on the table. And I like to see people actually get out there and do mobility drills.
Well, I'm sure that staying in good shape and keeping your strength up has probably helped with your own injury prevention, you know, as far as, because body work's hard, right? I mean, working on people is hard,
Yeah,
so
man.
you got to take care of yourself so you don't break down, right?
Yeah, definitely. How we doing?
Good.
Awesome. We're going to extend your leg up, and we're going to work into that hamstring and into that attachment to kind of loosen things up and see how it feels afterwards. But still going to go through both legs, kind of warm things up. How are we doing so far?
Yeah, good. Awesome.
Right there.
Yeah.
The hard part is the discipline to do what needs to be done on a daily basis to move the goal
Yeah.
to where you got to go. And that is all mental.
Yep.
You know, you don't want to get up and train, but you got to.
Yeah, totally.
You know, you don't want to get out there and hit the gym, but hey, you know, if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it for you.
Yep. So it's funny how, like, the simplest, most basic things are sometimes the most powerful.
Yeah.
And improving my sleep was probably the biggest, best thing, realizing that if I can maximize the quality of my sleep,
Yeah.
it was like a superpower. That's probably one of the biggest things I've underestimated. I wish I would have,
Really focused on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you started to move the ball in a positive direction, and that changed your perception of what you should be doing.
Yeah.
And that's good. I don't think everybody gets a wake-up call like that, right?
No.
Some people coast for a while. Some people coast for a very long while. How we doing?
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah, calves and hamstrings for sure. Oh, man.
Yeah. But this hamstring feels better than the other hamstring did.
Okay.
Just like this hamstring was worse. So it seems like your restrictions are quads on the right, hamstring on the left. And I'm not sure where the glute is, but I feel like your calf was also pretty tight down here.
Okay.
I like these meets in Colorado because I get to race the high schoolers, you know.
Yeah.
I beat a lot of them. They're always like, "Sir, how old are you?" I'm 41. You look great for your age. I hope I look like you when I get older. I'm like, damn, I am getting older. But
It's nice to hear, oh man, you don't look your age, or
Yeah.
you know, that type of thing. That's great. But again, gracefully aging, right?
Yeah.
The best way we can do it is to stay active.
I look good, feel good.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, this side's tender.
Specifically here or here?
There.
Okay.
Good. Higher up a little bit.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, and there.
Okay. So what I want you to do is with your knee bent, just lift. Yep. Take it higher if you can. Perfect. Keep it bent. I'm going to push against it.
Okay.
And slowly let it down. And back in. This time I'm going to give you some resistance on the push out. So lift and push out. Good. Relax.
Yeah, it feels like it's opening up.
Yep. So is there a certain number of races you got planned out for the rest of the year, or?
I'm trying to race as much as I can. I remember when I was in high school, I just think that racing, I'm not racing enough.
Okay.
And so.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I just think if I can race more, get more experience, and nothing beats that like horrible lactate that you get from the race versus training. And every time I go to the track, it's so fun, like I make friends,
Yeah.
I meet new people,
Yeah.
I talk to kids, I talk to parents.
Cool.
Yeah, so I just try to race as much as I can. It's fun. It's like I can, like my left ankle popped. I could feel like my left hip flexors were twitching. It's like whatever you're doing is starting to, it's working. Things are opening up.
All right, so go ahead and stand up. Let's try this out. See how it feels.
Yeah, it feels so much better.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like I wasn't just when the legs open up. I always feel. I feel you haven't even done anything here.
Again, man. It all
Yeah, you're just like.
Yeah, it's like you start hunching
Yeah.
over. Yeah, you're holding yourself down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So again, at the end of the table, knees at the end. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a push.
Okay.
What we're going to do is we're going to work into the belly of the hamstring. We're also going to work at the attachment site.
Okay.
Because you can probably feel this already, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I mean, I definitely feel it like more like here, I'd say.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So the idea is that, again, we're using your position to lengthen everything out to make it
Right.
easier to dig into this, to give you an idea of what you're feeling and make this a deeper experience.
Right. Yeah, you're really using the positions to your advantage.
Mm-hmm. All right. So bend that knee. No, bend it.
Bend the knee.
Bend it.
Oh, bend it. Sorry.
There you go.
That's straighten, Josh. That's what my clients do a lot, though. I said, face down, not face up.
That's right. That's right.
I guess nothing really works in isolation, but yeah.
That's right. That's right. So I want you to actually push your heel into my palm. You
Okay.
can go as hard as you want to go.
Okay.
Good. I want you to move me down a little bit. Perfect. And let it go.
Feels good.
All right. Let's hop up, stretch this out, and see how it felt.
I feel like I can extend now.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I can use this.
That quad more.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
With that
amazing.
being said, was there anything else you want to give? Yes.
Did you hear that?
I caught it.
Dang.
There you go.
I guess it's working. Yeah, legs, man. Yeah, I was trying to think. I mean, you got everything. Yeah, I feel like.
Cool.
Is there anything else you think I need? Yeah.
I think you're in a good space. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm always going to say strong hips, strong spine. If you can do anything about the shoulders and neck, then great.
Yeah. Wow. Not really surprised. I mean, I have had a session from Ryan before, but I feel like it was a lot more. I'm definitely a different person than I was a few years ago when I saw him. I mean, his work is, very sportsy, sports massage, but I feel like really relaxed. It seemed deep but not too painful. I really love that he highlighted a lot of these like hot spots, these areas. You see here, this left hamstring, this attachment. You see how it's a lot more like gristly. I'm like, yeah, I definitely feel that. There's a big difference between my two sides. So I really like that he pointed out the differences in two sides. It's just really great to have someone with the repertoire and the the experience that Ryan has, asking things like, hey, are you doing mobility? Hey, are you doing stretching? What's your nutrition like? What's your sleep like? Because, you know, he's doing his part. He's here. He's doing the body work for me. But are you taking care of yourself? Are you doing the homework? Are you doing the mobility? Are you eating well? Just another body worker that has a big heart, but also just trying to see, like, is there more that we can do to make this machine, this body better? And there's no surprise because he works with the best athletes in the world. So I don't have enough great things to say about Ryan. If you're in Columbia, South Carolina, and you want a world-class sports massage therapist, you got to check out Ryan Hollis. And that's it, man. We'll catch you next time.